thanks for bringing us together safely. Sometimes it's easy to forget that our safe arrival and departure is a grace from you. As we prepare for this meeting, we ask that you would be with us. May our thoughts be led by you and our conversations be inspired by you. Help us to put our own agendas to the side and seek your will and outcome for this meeting. Please grant us wisdom in times of uncertainty and clarity in times of confusion. Lead us to solutions and help us strengthen us as a group. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Here.
Here.
Present.
Kathy Driscoll. Here. Randy Mickelson.
Here.
Jim Olive.
Here.
Chris Patetti.
Here.
Jeremy Wilson.
Here.
All aldermen are present. Tonight we want to honor the Taylorville Junior High baseball team. Record of 13-3, 2023 regional champions. First one in school history. Started the program in 2005, and they won the regional with wins over Hillsborough 12-0, Greenville 7-2, and Effingham 2-1. The junior high baseball team was led by outstanding pitching in 2023. Carter Kaplan was 6-2, Brock Brown 4-0, Zane Donaldson 3-0, Tanner Clayton and Nolan Pauly provided valuable innings. The pitching staff combined for 2 no-hitters, 2 one-hitters, allowed 4 or fewer hits in 11 of their 13 innings. Taylorville hitting was led by Brock Brown, Fallon Turner, Zane Donaldson, Carter Kaplan, and Gideon Anderson, all hitting above 350. Tanner Clayton tied for the team lead in RBIs with 17, and James Peabody added 13 with an on-base percentage of .525. Will Leonard, Jackson Greedy, Mitchell Buffenmeyer, Carter Chance, Jace McMillan, and Elliot Rexroth are also integral parts of the championship team. As I read your name, will you stand up, please? Number 2, Will Leonard. Number 3, Carter Kaplan. Number 7, Gideon Anderson. Number 9, Tanner Clayton. Number 12, James Peabody. Number 13, Zayden Donaldson. 14, Elliot Rexroth. 19, Blake Sample, the manager. Number 20, Mitchell Buffenmeyer. 22, Jackson Green. 24, Jace McMillan. 27, Nolan Pauly. Number 30, Fallon Turner. Number 32, Carter Chance. And number 44, Brock Brown. The head coach, Brian Sample. Assistant coaches, Corey Wilson, Ryan Brown, and Trevor Huth. And also a bunch of other parents who I've seen coaching at the games. Didn't help coach, and it's a shame on you, coach. So, if you guys would come forward, I'd like to present you this plaque. Come on, team. Whereas the TJHS baseball team has shown perseverance, hard work, dedication, and great coaching, and whereas the 2023 TJHS baseball team became the regional champions, and now therefore I, Bruce Berry, Mayor of the City of Taylorville, do hereby proclaim October 2nd, 2023 as Taylorville Junior High School Baseball Day. Congratulations. Cake for everyone in the council. Thank you. Congratulations on a great season. Thank you. Omnibus vote presentation, motion to approve.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Minutes of the regular meeting held September 18th, 2022. Minutes of the ordinance committee meeting held September 21st, 2023. Minutes of the finance committee meeting held September 21st, 2023. And minutes of the street and sewer committee meeting held September 28th, 2023. Motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Alderman Driscoll, second. Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of the Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Taylorville, Illinois, and John McDowell doing business at Angelo's Pizza, 404 West Spresser Street. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Wilson, questions or comments? Roll call.
I have a question.
Question?
I'm sorry.
Alderman Driscoll.
Yeah, do we have, we got an email recently that said that we were over budget already on our BDD line in the current fiscal year budget. Is that correct?
I think we were over budget on the properties that aren't on the square. We have two different line items on that, the way I understand it. Valerie, do you know
We
for
do.
sure? And we're way under on the one and a little bit over, and I don't even know if we're over yet, I thought we were $20,000. We're over.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so then I have a piggyback to that. So how are we approving to spend this if it's not in the budget?
well, we've approved we went over budget items before. As long as they're in appropriations, we're able to do it, I believe. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but
Are they in appropriations?
yes.
That's correct, Mayor.
I believe we put 100,000 more in the appropriations, correct?
As long as you have it in the appropriations, that's the legal limit, you're okay. The budget is just a guideline.
So we have enough to approve these and then we'll have to
Yeah.
start watching what we got to believe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rocky, or Steve?
Thank you.
go ahead.
Thank
Okay. Roll call?
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Mayor Barry?
Yes, motion carries 9-0. Ordinance approving and authorizing execution of a Business Development District Number 1 redevelopment agreement by and between the City of Taylorville, Illinois, and John Stork and Rich Payne doing business as Franklin Storage, 100 West Franklin Street.
So moved.
Motion to approve. Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll? Yes. Randy Mitchelson?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
No.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Mayor Barry?
Yes, motion carries 8-1. Motion to approve the quote for cemetery equipment shed roof painting from Chuck Bullard at a cost not to exceed $10,000 to be paid from the capital improvement line item in the fiscal year 2023-2024 cemetery budget. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Alderman Brown, second.
Second.
Alderman Olive, questions or comments? Roll call.
Randy Mitchelson?
Yes.
Jim Olive?
Yes.
Driscoll Teddy?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Doug Brown?
Yes.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Steve
Yes.
Dorsones? Kathy Driscoll? Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Motion to approve trick or treat hours on Monday, October 30th and Tuesday, October 31st, 2023 from 5 to 8 p.m. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Alderman Driscoll, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve the special events permit for Small Town Taylorville, Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, and the City of Taylorville for the Halloween parade to be held on Saturday, October 28th, 2023, beginning at 5:30 p.m. Motion to approve. Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Dorsones, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. City Attorney update.
Yes, the mayor, Deb Brown, and I attended the OMNIBUS League Conference last week, and there were 3 topics that was considerably discussed at the conference that really, I think, deserves your attention and should go to the Ordinance Committee. The first topic is a new statute called the Paid Leave for All Workers Act. It's going to go into effect January 1 of 2024. What it does, basically, is trumps your paid leave policy as it now stands. In other words, all employees, whether they're part-time, full-time, or seasonal employees, will be allowed to, required you have to give them paid leave for up to 40 hours for any reason whatsoever. It doesn't have to be vacation, personal, sick, they just say, I don't want to work. And what they were telling us is that based upon that particular statute, your entire employee workforce could simultaneously take the time off, leaving you guys without anybody to provide city services. So what the league was telling us to do is to go back to your cities, take it to your ordinance committee, as long as you put an ordinance in effect. Remember now, an ordinance has to be published, and they have to have 10 days to publication. If you have it legally in effect before January 1 of 24, you can adopt a policy that just mirrors what you have right now. And that will override this particular statute. If you don't do that, the OMNIBUS League is suggesting that it could cause you guys some concern. So I would suggest that would go to the Ordinance Committee. I will be happy to forward you all the material that I received up there to you, Chris, so you can deal with your committee. The second thing that was discussed that I think you should take to the Ordinance Committee, and that is the remote participation statute under the Open Meetings Act. You'll need to adopt some rules, or actually a resolution is what they suggest, because you folks are allowed to have remote, for a variety of reasons, to attend city council meetings remotely as long as there's a quorum present. And there's like 6 different reasons of when you can do it. And you have to adopt a resolution to put those forth. In other words, if you're sick, you have a disability, or for work purposes, or for city business, or if you have a family or other type of emergency, and they even adopted one for unexpected child care obligations, and of course you've got the one for COVID-19. Those are the only legitimate reasons that one can attend the meetings remotely, and they're saying you need to have a resolution. So I'll forward that material on to your committee. The third thing that was a lot of discussion was the building code. There's some new statutes coming out. It doesn't go into effect until January 1, 2025. But you need to take a look at your building code and make sure that it meets the minimum standards as the state code. Because if you don't do that, then the state code is going to override what you have with respect to building permits for commercial and residential purposes. So again, that's something I think the Ordinance Committee needs to take a look at, and then we can go from there. The other 2 things I want to bring up to your attention, I've sent you some emails today with the Ameren Environmental License Agreement. It's in the hands of Ameren's attorney. They want to make some suggestions, so we're waiting to see how that comes back. And then the last thing is I sent you an email today on a brief that we e-filed with the appellate court today. Along with the updated status litigation report. So is there any questions that you have with what I'm talking about? If not, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Rocky.
Okay.
All right, mayoral report. Thank you to Tim McConnell, Derek McConnell, and Alex Angelo for fixing the water main break Friday evening. Appreciate the work. Special thank you to the police and fire departments for handling the accident on Route 48 and Cherokee Street today. Prayers for all involved. Had a good trip at the IML conference. Alderman Brown and I and Rocky. I wish more aldermen would go, as there's a lot of learning experience for everyone. Next week on October 11th and 12th, I will go to Chicago with the CEO students from the high school. This week is Chili Fest. I invite everyone to enjoy the festivities all weekend. And the final car show of the year will be Friday, October 13th, correct? We will have limb pickup the whole month, beginning with Ward 1 this week, Ward 2, Ward 3, Ward 4. Everyone put your limbs out by the boulevard and we will pick them up. Thank you. Committee report. Discussions and/or motions to approve, adopt, and/or deny, and/or table, and/or amend, and/or refer to an appropriate committee in whole and part the matters regarding the following subject matters discussed at the committee level. Ordinance.
Thank you, Mayor.
Skoltedi?
The only thing that come out was a motion to recommend the city council to limit the number of video gaming liquor licenses to the current number of 40, with additional video gaming liquor licenses to be added only upon council approval. Make that in form of motion with comment.
Motion by Alderman Skoltedi, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, comment. Alderman Skoltedi.
Just so everybody knows, we currently have 40 total establishments where you can go gaming. Classifications are, there are Class O, we currently have 10. Class D1, we currently have 4. Class N, there is 1. C1, there is 8. Class M is 5. A1 is 10. A2 is 1. And J is 1. Just so everybody knows how many classifications we have and how many that we have.
Any other comments or questions?
Bill, I guess
Yeah, I have a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Doug Brown had a comment, I think.
Don't we have this already? Do we have to approve this already?
We don't have a limit set.
Don't have a limit set.
But I mean, we, I guess I don't understand.
There's no limit set, but
Right,
I've
okay.
asked for council approval on all gaming licenses since then, since the last couple of
There's
years.
no limit on any gaming license. There are certain ones that any mayor, whoever it is, can hand out without council approval. I believe Class O is the only one that actually has to come before council. So this is just to limit these classifications, what they currently are at. And
Right.
it doesn't mean that one more can't be passed. It just has to come through ordinance and then the council has to vote on it then. We just have to change the ordinance each time.
Yeah. Okay, Rocky?
Yeah, my comment is that I'm going to ask Chris to modify his motion to direct the city attorney to prepare an ordinance to accomplish that motion.
I thought
Because it will take an ordinance to put that into effect.
I thought I said that, Rocky. I apologize.
Okay.
No problem.
Any other comments or questions? I have a comment. I am against all limits. You don't know what's gonna happen. Somebody wants to come in here and open a motel and a bar or restaurant. Hopefully we would give them a restaurant. Cindy Forsini is gonna do a fabulous job at Reenie's. I don't know if she'll like gaming or not. I think she should be allowed to. So, and I've stuck by that. So there's a motion on the floor and a second, so roll call.
Jim Olive,
No.
Chris Skoltedi,
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryant,
No.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson.
No. Motion carries 5-3. Street and sewer, Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. First one is a motion to recommend the city council to authorize and direct the mayor to sign the surveying and engineering proposal of the downtown business district area by Bennett Associates at a cost not to exceed $44,000 to be paid in the business development district funds. Make that in form of
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, questions or comments?
I have a comment. This is to get started on the downtown project that we got the $3 million grant from.
All right. Roll call.
Chris Skoltedi,
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Next one's a motion to recommend the city council to authorize and direct the mayor to sign the engineering proposal to include plan preparation, state permits, and IDOT coordination for the Route 104 sidewalk project at a cost not to exceed $34,000. Make that in form of motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second with a question.
Alderman Bryant, question. Alderman Bryant.
Where's this 34,000 coming from?
EDD.
BDD? Perfect, thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson,
Yes.
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Next one's a motion to recommend the city council direct the mayor to sign Trumanell Flat and Sons Company Incorporated change order number 2 for the North Main Street Improvement Project in the amount of $70,657.76. Make that a form motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, questions or comments? Roll call.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryant,
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Next one's a motion to recommend the city council authorize and direct the mayor to sign pay request number 2 for Trumanell Flat and Sons Company Incorporated in the amount of $270,852.76 for the work on the North Main Street Improvement Project. This condition upon receipt of signed mechanic lien in this amount, certified payroll records, and recommendation by the project engineer that the work has been satisfactorily performed. Make that a form motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, comments or questions? Roll call.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Next one's a motion to recommend the city council to direct the mayor to sign Trumanell Flat and Sons Company Incorporated change order number 2 for the city parking lot improvements project in the amount of $50,536.49. Make that a form motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Next one's a motion to recommend the city council authorize direct the mayor to sign pay request number 2 for Trumanell Flat and Sons Company Incorporated in the amount of $66,953.83 with $64,778.06 being paid from the BDD funds and $2,175.77 being paid by Ward 4 funds for work on the city parking lot improvement project. This condition upon receipt of signed mechanic lien waivers in this amount, certified payroll records, and recommendation by the project engineer that the work has been satisfactorily performed. Make that form motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Dorsones, questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Randy Mitchelson.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Last one's a motion to recommend to the city council to approve fall cleanup day for November 4th, 2023. Make that a form motion.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second.
Second.
Alderman Brown, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Motion to approve and/or ratify payment of bills of $344,576.51. Make that the motion.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Alderman Mitchelson, second.
Second.
Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Got any comments, Randy?
Nope, I went over all the bills, on Friday. They all seem to be, true and accurate, and I recommend it be, ratified.
All right. Roll call.
Randy Mitchelson.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Chris Popetti.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug
Yes.
Brown. Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Steve
Yes.
Dorsones. Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. First subparagraph 5, G of 5 ILCS 120-2.06. This portion of the city council may be reserved for any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. The Illinois Open Meeting Act 5 ILCS 120-1 at seek mandates no action shall be taken on subject matters not listed on the agenda, but the council may direct staff to address the topic or refer the subject matter to a future council and/or committee meeting. If anyone wishes to address the council, please provide your name and address, limit your comments or presentation to 3 minutes, and avoid repetitious comments. Thank you. Anyone like to address the council?
My name is Crystal Nichols, city worker, clerk's office. This may not be necessarily the right time or place, but the personnel agenda has already been put out for this week. I don't know if all aldermen are aware, but there has been 4 complaints filed against one of our superintendents for workplace violence as defined in our handbook, and we will be discussing that at the personnel meeting under any other matters on Thursday, so I do invite all of you to attend.
All right.
Anyone else like to, Tammy, did you, go ahead.
Sorry.
Your name, please.
I just feel like
Your name for the record.
Tammy Rogers,
Okay,
Deputy City Clerk.
okay.
There was an incident last Wednesday in the clerk's office. I filed a complaint as well as the other girls.
Okay.
I took the weekend to try to put it out of my head, thinking that things were going to be resolved to our satisfaction on Monday. I came in today and it was not resolved to my satisfaction. Actually, I've not even been contacted as to what happened. And I just would like to encourage each and every one of the council members to talk to everybody that was involved so that you can get the story that happened last Wednesday.
Anyone else? Mr. Sir, go ahead.
Did you forget my name?
Well, I know your name, I mean, for the record.
Lee Scatters, Small Town Taylorville. I'm on the Small Town Taylorville board. I just want to speak to everybody. I know last year we fought really hard to get the street grant for the streetscape for the square. I would just like to remind everybody, if we could, Small Town Taylorville would like to be part of maybe the walk around on what needs to be done on the square as far as some power, stuff like that. We're already taking care of the flowers up there and the Christmas tree, of course, on the courthouse lawn. But there's further things I think that, you know, as volunteers of Small Town Taylorville, that we would want to do to help bring shoppers to town and make it more aesthetically pleasing, some power that you may not even realize that we need, that I think that we need. So anyway, I would just ask the council that we be part of the walk around, so to speak, before you get set in stone on too many things, if that would be okay, because I know Small Town Taylorville really fought really hard on that. We just like a small portion of our input, whether you take it or not, it doesn't matter. But I think we have a lot of good ideas, so consider that if you would, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak?
I have one thing.
Go ahead.
So since I wasn't able to be here 2 weeks ago, when I found out that after the closed session for fire negotiations, what we said, and then you never approached the fire about it, have we done anything about that over the last 2 weeks?
Randy and I looked at the budgets and we got some good figures from Valerie. We met with the police and also the street department, found out their demands. So now we've got all the demands and we'll go from there.
So from the standpoint of the closed session, you still care?
Nothing came out of the closed session.
Okay, so you're playing the game of needing a motion to make that, so I'm just not gonna like to turn this into something long-winded. I am formally asking the finance chair to put fire negotiations on his agenda for this coming month, so that we can make that motion and force you to make a change.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's what we need.
So if that's the way we're gonna play the game, let's please add that to the finance.
I'd be glad to do that. If I may, just kind of bring you up to speed. I've been working along with the mayor, with the treasurer and the clerk and the HR, supervisor, what's your title? HR director, to try to get some really good numbers put together, and we're very close. I've been working with them and along with Iris Noblet. I hope to have, before we have our finance committee, I hope to have these numbers. So it'll be something that I will be sharing with all of you, and I hope it'll be in a format where we can utilize it as a tool as well as information, and I think we will. I may be asking the mayor shortly thereafter to call a committee of the whole so that we can go over these together and then possibly go into executive session where we can discuss what position we should take with these contracts. And then if we come to a conclusion, we can come back out of executive committee and go back into the full committee, and we can make some recommendations for the next council meeting. So I think that would probably be the order that I think we should do this in. We don't want to be in a position where we're offering something that we can't give, but we also want to be able to do as well as we can for them. So I think if we all have a better understanding of what our finances are and what we have and what we don't have, the trick part is going to be trying to figure out what we have in the next 3 years going forward. They're requesting some substantial bumps in their base salary, along with some substantial increases. And I'm not saying it's not warranted, but the question is whether we can afford it or not, is the big question. And that's what we're gonna be able to answer, I hope, when I get all these numbers calculated, and everybody seems to believe that we'll have them very shortly, so. So I just wanted to kind of bring everybody up to speed, so.
I'll just add in that, you know, this council is made up of 7 aldermen that agreed to what we talked about in closed session, that have been on this council for 2+ years, if not longer. You know, several of us 4.5 years, Jim even longer. We came to the consensus, kind of ignored on it. We haven't always had a motion when we talked about stuff in closed session when it comes to negotiations, so it's really, I don't know how the other aldermen feel, I know how Megan feels, but I haven't talked to anybody else, really slap in the face to completely ignore what we said. There was no ifs, ands, or buts in what we left it at on what the fire should have been approached and given as a counter to what they asked for, so.
Okay. Anyone else like to speak? I'd like to think some of the unions have brought up, they're not happy with the current insurance that we offer them. So I'd like to form an insurance committee going forward. I mean, we're stuck with our insurance now that we have for the next till June. So if I could get a couple aldermen to volunteer to be on an insurance committee where we can look at different options, I think that would move us all going forward. So, anyone else? Seeing none. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second.
Okay.
Alderman Aldridge, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? We are adjourned.